You know, the facts are out there. We were dining very close to the children and we were checking on them very, very regularly. You know, we are very responsible parents and we love our children so much. And I think
3 children were asleep in a holiday apartment in Praia da Luz, Portugal. Outside, families were finishing dinner, waiters were clearing tables, and another ordinary vacation day was coming to an end. On May 3rd, 2007, 3-year-old Madeleine McCann was on vacation with her parents and younger siblings. The family was staying at a resort complex near the Portuguese coast. That evening, Madeleine's parents joined a group of friends for dinner at a restaurant just a short walk away from their apartment. The adults would eat together while periodically checking on the children sleeping nearby. At first, everything appeared normal. Checks were made. The children seemed fine. Then, shortly after 10 p.m., Madeleine's mother returned to the apartment. What she found would change everything.
Madeleine's bed was empty. The window appeared open. The room felt wrong, and Madeleine was nowhere to be found. Within minutes, the resort staff was searching. Then guests joined. Then police. What should have been a routine holiday night suddenly became a race against time. The first hours were critical. Search teams combed nearby streets, beaches, fields, and buildings. Nothing. No confirmed sighting. No clear evidence. No obvious explanation. It was as if a child had simply vanished. As news spread, the case exploded beyond Portugal. Within days, it was making headlines across Europe. Soon, it became international news. Millions of people saw Madeleine's face. Airports displayed her photograph. Television networks covered the story around the clock. World leaders commented on the investigation. For a missing person case, the level of attention was almost unprecedented. And with that attention came something else. Theories. Lots of them. Some believed a stranger had taken her. Others questioned whether investigators were overlooking crucial evidence. Every development generated more questions than answers. And that became a pattern. Months passed. The investigation grew larger.
Searches continued. Tips poured in from around the world. Some appeared promising. Most led nowhere. Then the case took an unexpected turn. Investigators began examining Madeleine's parents more closely. The shift shocked the public. The very people who had been pleading for help suddenly found themselves under scrutiny. Media coverage intensified. Speculation exploded. But despite years of investigation, no charges relating to Madeleine's disappearance were ultimately brought against them. The focus shifted again. Then again. And again. Each new lead seemed to promise answers. Each eventually faded. What made the case so frustrating was the absence of certainty.
There wasn't a clear suspect. There wasn't a definitive timeline. There wasn't even agreement on what most likely happened. The mystery seemed to grow larger every year. Yet the search never completely stopped. Investigators in multiple countries continued reviewing evidence. Old tips were re-examined. Witness statements were revisited. Files were reopened. For years, it felt as though the case was trapped in place. Then, more than a decade after Madeleine disappeared,
announced a significant development. A new suspect had emerged. Not someone connected to the family,
Not someone previously at the center of public attention. Someone with a criminal history who had reportedly been in the area at the time of Madeleine's disappearance. Suddenly, a case many believed would never move forward was back in headlines around the world. But even then, certainty remained out of reach. The suspect denied involvement. Investigators remained cautious. And once again, the central question remained unanswered. What actually happened that night?
That's what makes this case different from most true crime stories. Many mysteries leave behind pieces that eventually fit together. This one never quite does. There are clues, there are timelines, there are theories, but no complete picture. Nearly 20 years later, the image most people remember isn't a suspect, a location, or even a piece of evidence. It's the face of a 3-year-old girl whose disappearance somehow became a mystery shared by the entire world. A mystery that has generated countless headlines, thousands of theories, and one question that still refuses to go away. How can someone vanish so completely while millions